Okay, it's Mickey here. Oh man, riding an electric bike again, man. Anyway, so I got the Supermoto wheels on the bike, and we're going out for a ride around town. We're just gonna do some bike lane riding today. Oh, look at that, cherry blossom, tree blossoms. Very nice. So today's video is just me testing out the Regen brake throttle on the Light B. So I'm just gonna try to and the reason is for street riding. So we tested this in the dirt. That's the last time I rode the Light B. It was at Medcap Motorcycle Park in the dirt. Why is my brake lever so loose? Is it supposed to be like that? Yeah. I'm just gonna get a bunch of clips of me using it, and then I'll give you my honest riding impressions about using the variable throttle Regen paddle dealie with the Light B on riding it for just on the streets. So here's a little background info on where we're going today. We're going to Home Depot in Milpitas, but I have only 90% charge right now. I forgot to charge the bike, so hopefully we make it back. We're only going to Milpitas. It's not too far, so should be fine. Just do about 25 miles per hour speed. I don't have the Garmin on there. Anyway, we're going to be testing the Regen throttle brake in street riding conditions. Like I said, I'm just going to get a bunch of quick clips of me using it, Where you would probably be using it the most is at the streetlights. And I will probably just be using it as much as possible. If I need the brake harder, then we can use the front brake, But so I'm going to say, ooh, we're going to make it? Yeah, I made it. Oh, well. Okay, so yeah. So that's the dealie. And then at the end of the day, when we come back, I'll give you some, I'll give you some honest riding impressions of the Regen throttle on the street. I have it programmed for just the Regen throttle. This bike, if you don't know about my bike, it's a BAC2000 powered Suron Light B. I'm running the Supermoto kit right now. Ooh, hopefully gonna make this. Use this to slow down right here. Alright, Regen brake. Regen. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, there you go. You got to see how the Regen works. Going fast into a corner right there. I took that pretty fast. I must have been going more than 30 miles an hour into that corner. I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to see how it does at higher speeds going into a corner. So basically what I did is as I got into the corner and we're going probably like 35 miles an hour, I got on the throttle to slow down before we pitched the bike, and then I kind of let off, and then I let off, and then I let back on after that, and then yeah, it helps slow the bike down. Okay, here we're gonna make a right turn right here. Use it to slow down. Okay, and then turn the bike. Okay, slow down again. Turn the bike. Yeah. It actually works pretty good. I think the way it's set up right now works good on the racetrack. We gotta get the stop sign. Okay, I need a little extra braking power there to stop. Right now the brakes are set at 50%. 50% of the motor's Regen. 50% of the motor's power. It's using to Regen basically. So, and you can kind of drag the rear brake. Man, it grabs hard. It's really hard to kind of modulate it. Oh, stop. Okay, there we go. See how it doesn't. It feels like it's stronger the way I had it set up before, man. I'm telling you, dude. Tuning this Regen it's hard, man. And then you have to remember, oh, when I let off the throttle, it's not going to slow down. Because now, yeah, so now, before it was off throttle Regen, so when I let go of the throttle, it kind of just coasts to a stop. See, it doesn't really slow down at all. I have to give it the brakes to slow down, the Regen brake. Which is nice, you know, you can use it whenever you want. I feel, okay, I'll tell you right now, honestly, I feel that, we're going to slow down here. Okay, not bad. That was all Regen right there. Okay. I had a couple times where, I'm not gonna make it to the stop thingy, and I have to use the front brake. You know, using it with the front brake is not hard at all. Now, using it with the rear brake is hard. I'll tell you that now. So with this stun throttle setup, it makes it very difficult to use all the brakes at once. Okay. If you really wanted to stop hard, like, is there anybody behind me? Okay, we're going to just do a brake test right now. I'm going to use all the brakes. Oh my god! Oh my god! The back just slid. I just fishtailed the back a little bit. Man, it just locked the rear end, man. Oh, yeah, man, I'm telling you, it brakes so good, dude. Oh. Gotta brake again. Okay, let's try this. Fast braking. Oh, it locked the rear. Ah! Okay, so that's like a full braking right there. Full beans braking. That's like the rear brake and the front brake and the. I think it's too much. It's too much braking, man. It's too much braking. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Let's do it at the speed. Let's get to, let's go to like 40 miles an hour, and then I'm going to go full brake. Alright. 36, 37. Man, it's kind of slow today. Okay, full brake. Full Regen. Brake. Got it? Okay. That was full Regen brake from 40 miles an hour. Alright, again. Full Regen. You better hold on too, man. It brakes hard. It'll toss you off the bike. I feel it's not as strong as it was with the. I feel it's not as strong as it was with the off throttle Regen, but that's that's probably the way I programmed it. I'm basically using the settings that are on the ERT website. I just copied it from Alan's little guide, and then I put it in the controller, and then now it works. So. And then now I have no off-throttle Regen, so there you go. So that's no off-throttle Regen. And you can mix too. So right now I'm giving it throttle right. We got throttle right now, and then if I want to just stop, I can just apply the Regen. See, and then when I let go, it accelerates again. So if I want to just stop and hold on to the throttle, it will do it, and then it will rock it off. It'll rock it off when I let go of the throttle. See, like that. Okay? Got it? Dude, I'm going fast. I'm keeping up with the cars in the bike lane. It's been a while since Sadie Sameka has ridden the Light Bee. It's been like a week or two, Okay, yeah, so there you go. You got a couple. I showed you a couple examples of braking at high speed in a straight line with the Regen throttle full power at the setting I have it right now. Okay, and then I showed you slowing down with the throttle applied. So I don't think there would be many instances where you would do that unless you were like in mid corner and you wanted to trail brake. That's where I would think that would come in handy. Okay. All right, so I'm getting about maybe a quarter throttle right now, and we're gonna go slow down. slow down. Okay, let's see if it'll skid on this dirt here. No, it won't. Okay, and then you can kind of use, see, I'm going full throttle right now. The bike ain't going anywhere. Whoa, now it does. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a little tricky playing with the regen and the throttle at the same time. I don't recommend it. It'll just be like a sudden jerk. You know, the bike will go back and then it'll go forward right away. You know. Okay, so for this next test, we're going to do a I'm gonna call it a regen throttle dump launch. Okay, Hayes Mega is going to demonstrate what he calls regen launch control. I'm going to give it full regen, okay, you see that? Full regen, and I'm going to give it full throttle. See, the bike ain't going anywhere because I have the regen throttle on. And then it's just going to take off, and I'm going to lean forward a little bit. So it just rockets off. Hopefully it doesn't do a wheelie. It was kind of slow on the takeoff, but hey, it took off. Man, once the Lightning gets up to speed, it gets up to speed, man. But initial takeoff isn't very good with this sprocket setup. As you can see, we beat the cars on the takeoff. They're probably like, what the hell? That's a fast bicycle. Okay, you got that? No, that was pretty cool. It still doesn't really take off that fast. I don't see how. I will try it drag racing, you know. If we ever get a chance to go back to the drag strip with this, we'll try it. I think it would work pretty good. Cause then it gets rid of that little take-up area that doesn't do anything. Okay, let's see if we can do some trail braking here. So we're coming into the corner kind of hot. Hopefully we don't. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. See, I got on it a little bit. I don't know if you guys could have seen me using it, but I depressed it maybe like a quarter throttle while I was going into the turn, just to kind of slow the bike down in the corner. Works pretty good. It kind of works like a rear brake, you know, like it kind of works like dragging the rear brake. Okay, and we're gonna use this to slow down here. Oh, didn't quite make it all the way to get it from brake. You could definitely tell with the regen, using the regen throttle, the front doesn't dive. You just saw how when I gave it front brake there, the front dove down a lot. So you're going to get a lot of brake dive if you use the front brake. Just remember that. So once, yeah, and then that can make you back it in too. Is what I'm going to say. Actually, that's how you're supposed to back it in. You're supposed to give it a lot of front brake, and it transfers the weight to the front of the bike, and then it's like you're kind of doing a little endo sorta, and then the back just slides naturally. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. It's not something Hayes Mega is very proficient at, as I'm going to say. I do it accidentally. So there's Home Depot. Man, we almost made it. One thing, okay, so far I've showed you just regular regen braking from stoplight to stoplight. Works pretty good. If you're not going to make it, you know, if you feel like the regen isn't enough to stop it, you just give it a little front brake. So what I found out is the to use the rear brake and the thumb throttle regen at the same time, it's kind of sucks, man. It just, you got to grip it a weird way. So right now I got 2 fingers on the rear brake, and then I have 2 fingers on the grip, and I have my thumb on the thumb throttle. So it makes it so you have to break your grip. I don't like that, you know. So it makes it hard to use at the, you know, you can do 1 finger braking also. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I know I cannot do 1 finger braking with the with my racing gloves because they just don't fit in these thingies. They don't fit underneath the brake levers, so that'll be interesting at the racetrack. Okay, and then is it green? It is green, right? Yeah. I was like, what the hell? Okay, man, these cars take off so slow, man. I guess that's an advantage of being light, like the light bee. Okay, I'm gonna brake really hard. I'm gonna use the rear, the regen and the front brake. Ah, there we go. Okay, so if you don't want to back it in, because it backs it in. Actually, there's a little place we can play around here. There's a place back here we can mess around with. It's like a truck loading area. Actually, I don't know what the hell this is, but it says 15 miles an hour. I think it's like a bus thing. I don't know, buses go through here. Anyway, so we can test the braking here. So okay, I'm gonna show you. It's pretty straight. People can see me here though. Okay, so I'm gonna show you full braking. Let's say, I don't know, 15 miles an hour. I don't want to go get too crazy. And then I'm gonna show you full braking, front, rear, and then the regen braking. Okay, and I bet you we will skid the rear. Oh yeah, man, it brakes so good. You better hold on. Oh yeah, dude. The back just locks up easily with the rear brake, okay? Did you get that? I think this takes you to the bus stop. I don't want to go to the bus stop. Yeah, it does take you to the bus stop. It's kind of weird. Did the buses really go through there? I never see them. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some braking with just the front brake and the regen, okay? And I feel that that's good. It kind of like, it balances that out. You get braking in the rear and braking in the front. You know, it helps you brake flatter, so you don't dive. You know, brake dive isn't good. It doesn't let you. You know, it's not good braking. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, we're gonna take it up to 20 miles an hour again. Okay, I'm gonna brake real hard with the front and the regen brake. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. The rear does not lock up. Well, okay, let's try all the brakes again, but I'm not going to give it a lot of regen. I'm going to give it half. I'm going to try to give it half regen. It's kind of hard to control everything, you know. It's more complicated. I'm not going to lie, dude. All right. All right, all the brakes, half regen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was pretty fast, man. So if you use only half the regen, you don't lock the rear. Yeah, and it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. Also, it's really hard to grab the brake and use the paddle throttle at the same time, man. It's kind of weird. I kind of don't like it. But this is just for like experimental purposes. I think for street riding it's okay. For riding on a track or riding real fast, man, I don't know. Wow, and the regen comes on strong, dude. It immediately slows you down, you know. Yeah. I could see this just breaking loose, you know. It's cold. Just playing around here in the Home Depot parking lot. Using the regen while cornering. Sometimes it comes on pretty hard and sometimes it doesn't, you know. You can definitely tell, like if you're cornering and you hit it, like it upsets the drive, you know, the bike's balance, you know. More than you think, you know. I'm kind of scared to try this on the racetrack, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. But definitely, I think if you need to go into the corner really hot and then brake, just slow down a whole lot, and then just let off the regen and just power through the corner. I think this is good, man. You'll get that regen when you want it, you know. Hopefully it won't be all crazy and stuff. It is easier to control than the off throttle regen because you know, it's for me it's hard to control the regen, you know, with just the throttle. Here you have total control of it, you know. Wow, it's pretty violent when it engages, though. It's not very soft. It's not a very gradual especially when even if you just get on it a little bit. Okay, what else I'm going to try? So we tried the full braking. We tried full braking with half regen. I feel that's the ticket right there. If you can master that, just don't use the full regen and then use the front and rear brakes. You can slow down really good, man. Oh, watch this. Oh, yeah, look at that, man. Almost like it had ABS, you know? It's like you can tell the back is starting to slide a little bit, but not really, you know? Very, very good brakes. Man, it makes the braking so much better. Oh, yeah, and then if you feel like you need more braking power, you just squeeze on it a little more. It's very easy to use and modulate. I'll tell you, you know, that's how I feel it. It's very easy to use the throttle and modulate it, you know. You got to remember that you got to remember that when you let off though, it's not going to coast. You have to be on it, you know. Yeah, and it requires you to have all your hands on the yeah. Also, that's another thing. That's another thing I'll tell you. It requires you to have both hands on the handlebars, so you can't use the regen. You can't use the regen. Like if you had off throttle regen, all you have to do is let go, and it'll start slowing down. You know, and you could do it without thing. It requires you to use two hands on the handlebar because you have the throttle right here. You know, unless I had another one right here. You know. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, dude. You cannot brake with one hand anymore. Okay, so that's one thing to note. Because you have the thumb throttle on the other side, you have to have both hands on the handlebar. I mean, I suppose you could let go of the right and then just give it brake with the left. You know, it's kind of weird. You know, I feel it's more natural to just let it off like that. You know. So that's one thing you're going to lose. You're going to lose the ability to brake with one hand. And I'll tell you this, man. When it's regen braking hard, you want to hold on, dude, because it brakes hard, and it'll throw you forward if you're not prepared, man. So yeah. So I'm gonna say with this setup, it's hard to use. You got to do this, and you got to kind of train yourself to use it. Is what I'm learning right now. You've got to actuate if you want to use the rear brake and the regen at the same time, you got to actuate the rear brake. Oh, you know what? We haven't tried just the rear brake and the regen. Let's try that too. Okay, I want to take it up to 20 miles an hour, and then we'll just use the regen and the rear brake. Slow down. Okay. Oh, whoa. I totally locked the rear. Oh, yeah, it's too much. Definitely, if you want to lock the back up, use just the rear brakes, man. Let's go half regen, and then brake. Yeah, okay, there we go. That was about half regen and brake right there. And it's pretty cool. You can do it at the same time. It takes practice. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It takes practice. Alright, so all full braking, half regen. Wow, Jesus Christ, man. It just slows down really, really fast, man. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much the end of the testing today. So you saw me use it for high-speed cornering once. I showed you how to use the front, the rear brake, and the regen, and then I showed you the rear and regen, and then the front and regen. I feel the front brake and regen is probably the ticket right there. Don't even use the rear brake anymore. See, and if you shift your weight to the back so you can put more weight on the rear, and then it'll brake even harder. You'll have more traction in the rear. It won't it won't back it in. If you want to back it in, then shift your weight forward. That's what I'm gonna say. So, all right, here we go. What was that? What were we doing? Oh yeah, full regen braking, front and rear, leaning to the back. Oh my God, it stops so hard, man. It stops really good, man. Look, check this out again. Okay, we're gonna go 30 miles an hour. Okay, full regen. Oh, Jesus! Amazing. Yeah, so I feel that's the ticket. I think that's the kind of braking you're gonna use this for. If you need to brake really hard, use the front brake and the regen. That's what I'm saying. And I haven't experimented too much with giving it regen mid corner. I'm kind of scared. For that we will go take it up into the twisties for that. Today's test light was just on street riding. Just riding around the city. Just if you're like commuting or something, or just you gotta go from point A to point B in the city, stoplight to stoplight type of thing, and there, you know. I feel like the regen isn't as strong as how I had it set up before, but it's okay. It's enough. It's enough, and if you need more, you have the front brake, or the rear brake, whichever one you want to use, There's a lot of cool tricks you could do with it. Haze Omega is love playing with these toys, man.